Hello everyone. In this video, I'd like to explain to you some general process and good practices that you might need to follow when you're especially planning vacation in European countries. The background is that it's very common that you might make mistakes when at the time of during your vacation that you might have forgotten something or did not know that you should have known earlier. So sometimes these are major issues, sometimes minor, but in any case, a systematic and a planned approach, which is based on experience, we have learned might help you to avoid some of these mistakes and make your vacation more planned and organized. So this is an attempt to give you a very simple and systematic visual overview about different things that you might need to take care when you're planning for vacation in European countries, because this is prepared based on our experience traveling to European countries. However, this might hold true as well for other regions. So let me please start with the different phases. So first is planning and booking. So everything starts with the planning phase. So in the planning phase, you definitely need to start with your location because everything is somehow connected with the location where you are planning to visit. And very important is the date and the duration of the trip. So there will be several factors associated with this that you might need to take care, including the cost of the trip and also the season and other factors. So the third point is, in this point of view, the weather. So you cannot forecast it on a very large duration, but however, you can even have a high level prediction of what kind of weather you should expect. So this is really important when it comes to the next topic, the preparation. So having this known and being aware about this early from the booking phase might really help you to plan your trip and prepare for the trip really well. Final topic. So this is something sometimes can be due to ignorance that you might not know about the local holidays, especially if you're going to a different region, even within Europe. So this holiday calendar is not the same. And also, if there is any particular festival timing that you want to avoid due to high influx of tourists or any other reason, make sure that you do this check before you start with the booking or planning process. Well, that's the first part, and the second part is relatively big. So, as it says, if you're not well prepared, there's very likely chance that you might not achieve to the same level of expectation or comfort that you want to achieve from this trip. The first is travel booking. So of course you have to book. So anyway, that's self-explanatory. There is nothing more to explain here. But most of the because before the rest of the topics might actually be depending on your booking. So I would start with the hotel booking as first step. Second thing, knowing the public transport situation in your target location. So sometimes it's very common that you might need to understand this or ask local people to know more. But there are a few things that you can already know. So one thing which I personally felt the most helpful is having, so there are many parking applications, apps that you can install in your phone. So if you are already prepared to install, already pre-installed it in your phone, and also the transaction or the payment modes are already set, it it helps you to save a lot of time on site while you are parking or when while you need to arrange your parking around your stay of and your accommodation or the places you want to visit. Local transport apps. So this is also very important to know. There, if you have it already, it saves you a lot of time, and even you can optimize your costs associated with travel. Maybe there are some group discounts that you might also need to know. So especially if you're traveling big groups, though, being not aware about this kind of discounts might actually end up paying something which you normally need not pay, especially if you're traveling big groups or are group discounts. If you're traveling in car, it is definitely necessary to know there are toll charges or Vignet. So this is the label, or let's say the sticker that you need to buy, and you need to put it in the car in a way that it is expected, so that you will not be fined in case if this is not seen visibly in your vehicle while traveling across boundary or traveling to different countries where this special sticker is necessary. Third topic is cash payment method. So be aware about the local payment possibilities. So having enough cash in hand is definitely the most safest way. However, some countries are more electronics payment friendly. However, some countries are not. So this is knowing this in advance, especially for the high bigger payments like your accommodation and other payments that you want to make. So having this information in because you cannot carry a lot of cash in hand. This is sometimes very important and make create problems if you are not prepared well. Travel documents, again self-explanatory, but however, it is recommended to keep your passport and your proof of residence with you always. And if you are traveling to a place where you need a special entry like visa, you might need to also take that with you all the time during the trip. Daily activities planning, so you might need to plan the different activities that you want to do during your trip in advance, because otherwise on-site planning might actually lead to sometimes not able to manage in time, or you might need to compromise some things as maybe you because you did not plan or know the activity duration in advance. Of course, it's not possible to make 100% planning, but at least having an overview will definitely help. For this, you need to consider weather, total duration of stay, and also your personal interests. So that's definitely the three key parameters that you need to consider for activities planning. So if you're going in bigger groups, there might be also other parameters as well. But at least these three should be definitely your top priority when you're planning daily activities. If you're traveling with kids, there are a few things that you need to particularly take care. So especially Kinderwagen. So Kinderwagen is a trolley that you use to carry your kid, depending on whatever age group it is. So sometimes it's necessary that you need to have them, because in long trips where you have to travel or walk a lot with your kids, it might be necessary. On the other hand, in some locations, some areas, it is not allowed to bring in the Kinderwagen. So you might actually be in trouble if you're not planned in advance. You might need to leave the Kinderwagen in front of the gate and then come back and pick it up later when you're back. Medical kit for kids, it's very important. So you carry the necessary medicine. Of course, this depending on individual needs, but this it's necessary that you carry it, because it will be very difficult to buy them if you are not aware, especially if there is language barrier and if there is no one to support locally. Travel sickness, so this is sometimes especially when you're traveling in train or car, especially first time, it's necessary to carry some precautions. So yeah, manage your meal time accordingly before the actual travel time. So this is one precaution. And maybe also you could carry some supporting materials like plastic covers or some medicines to in case if this happens. Special accessories. So this again is a subjective topic. However, it's recommended that you in your checklist includes the basic electronic stuff that you want to bring. So like the camera, laptop, and your charger. If there's a special connector for your charger, this is also necessary that you should know and prepare in advance. Cables, audio, video. So especially if you want to use the television in your accommodation, but maybe to view something from your laptop, then it's recommended that you carry the HDMI or the related cable along with you, and also some other accessories for related to camera, a selfie stick, and so on. So this might actually also be useful in case if you want to buy them, it will be difficult to find them in your nearest location. Also, the next topic is clothing. So if you are especially going to a special location, there you might need to have special clothing like swimming, fitness, weather protection gears, and so on. So yeah, having them prepared already might save you a lot of time and will be more efficient in using your time at your destination. And finally, the medicine and sanitary items for adults. So this is also very important that you have them as much as possible in hand, prepared to make your trip very efficient. Third phase is the duration of the trip. So as you can see, it is relatively shorter compared to the preparation, because of preparation, if you're well prepared, then most of the items are already covered. Duration of the trip. So be very careful about the check-in, check-out timings at your accommodation. So it is not, there's no standard timing. So depending on the type of booking that you have done through an online website or direct booking, you need to confirm about your check-in, check-out timings clearly before you arrive. And also, if you have purchased some tickets in advance, be sure that you have the timing and validity of your tickets already within the planned duration of stay. This is definitely a recommendation to keep enough cash with you, just in case if some unexpected expense come up, you shouldn't be running for ATMs to take cash. Also, these are just recommendations. So if there is a special voice or data condition for your mobile roaming, to avoid that, you end up paying some unexpected expenses. Check them in advance, and if it's necessary to deactivate them, make sure to deactivate them during the trip. And also, especially if you're living in a hotel, so be sure that you know the local regulations or the house regulations of that accommodation, because not knowing them and breaking them can lead to maybe fines or even bigger problems. So please be aware that you follow them during your duration of stay. The last item is of course optional, but it's highly recommended. That helps you to optimize your planning in the next time. So please record your expenses. So it will help you to give an overview, and also helps in your future planning of the next trips. And of course, share feedback. So use several platforms that are available to share your feedback and spread the knowledge that you've gained, so that others can use this for their preparations. Thank you. I hope it helps. So this, as I said in the beginning, so this is based on personal experiences and lessons learned during several trips within Europe. But you might have also other topics to contribute. Feel free to add in comments, and also if you like the content, please subscribe, and also press the bell button and share. Feel free to share it with your friends. Thank you.